Hey guys, my name is Jacqueline van Bierk. I am a singer, songwriter, I'm a composer, I'm an artist. I am also a vocal coach, and I consider myself a life coach and mentor to many of my students. I just love helping people and making them see their worth, because a lot of times we just don't see our worth. And I'm speaking for myself. So many times when someone sees something in me where I'm like, what are they talking about? I suffer from imposter syndrome, little self-worth, self-confidence, and we all go through that. And a lot of times people feel so alone. They feel they are the only ones. They are the only ones who feel just lost sometimes and stuck and helpless. And we all go through that. And my mission has always been to help people. And this idea about the podcast came about actually about a year ago. I just couldn't quite see it yet, what it's going to be all about. I wanted it to be somewhat niche, but at the same time, reach a broad audience. Doesn't matter what you do for a living, what your hobbies are. At the end of the day, we all have the same fundamental desires and wishes and dreams, right? That is happiness, fulfillment, hope, and companionship, having our tribe that we can go to, reach out to when we feel alone, when we feel a bit helpless, and also realizing that you are powerful, that you can help yourself a lot. Speaking from someone like myself who's suffered from depression, the guests you're going to hear about and hearing their stories, almost everybody has gone through that. And to me, that is just another piece of evidence that deep down we are all the same, and we all, most of us, right, had bad experiences in some point in our lives. Either our childhood was broken or was, not perfect, or growing up we ended up in an abusive relationship or in bad relationships, or job-wise, career-wise, something happened. And it's so easy for us to feel bad about ourselves and think that it's just us and everybody else has it all together, because in this day and age with social media, that's what we see, right? We see this perfect life. We see this perfect world that everybody's living. And it's just not really the truth. So when somebody reaches out to you, that means that they really need someone to talk to. And if they do, then be there for them, if you care about that person. Because sometimes, a lot of times, people feel that I'm always giving, and I'm not getting anything from anybody. That mentality is going to be a reality if you keep saying that. So I want you to really focus on and pay attention to your vocabulary, to what you speak, especially to yourself, and also what you think, because man, there's been so many dark days in my life, and I'm not saying I'm past it. I on and off, I feel totally inadequate. I feel like an imposter. I feel not worthy. I struggle with depression, sometimes anxiety. We all have it. And I want you to realize that. I have a few guests on the show that gone through cancer, and it's a really scary thing. And once you hear how they've dealt with it and how they are still dealing with it, it's just so mind-blowing and inspiring that I myself, I'm like, wow, I so admire your strength, and you're giving me so much courage that anyone who's going through any of that, I want them to hear that. So this is why I'm having this podcast, and I don't really know where it's going to lead eventually. I just know that I'm starting right here, right now. I'm here for you guys. I want you to hit me up on social media, on my Facebook, Jacqueline van Bierk, on Instagram, Jacqueline van Bierk, or JacquelineVanBierk@gmail.com. You can do that as well. And I want you to hit me up and share your story with me. I would love to have you on my podcast. I would love to hear your life story and where you are right now, what you're struggling with right now, or your success story, or something funny. What we really crave today is not more fake, perfect pictures on Instagram, perfect stories on Instagram, displaying, the perfect life. We all see this all the time. We've seen that I've seen that my entire life with magazines, right? So we are so used to that. But what we really crave for is connecting with people, real people, people that we can relate to with real intentions of making this world a better place, being there for one another, because this is our earth. We all share the same air, and we're all made of the same things. We all are flesh and blood and bones. And just realize that whatever is going on with you right this second, and you may feel really lonely, you may be extremely happy, and that is also amazing. I would love to hear that story. The importance is to just really connect with one another and find your tribe. That doesn't mean that you have to like everyone, that you have to be friends with everyone. I believe in actually quality over quantity. I have a very small circle of people that I can actually call or would call if I ever need someone, like at 4 a.m. And it's a small circle, I tell you. I've heard a study that most people don't even have one person. And I think you should have at least 2 or 3 people in your life that you can really trust, that you can really rely on, and then also be that for someone else. That is so important. So I'm going to stop for today. I will share more of myself, but I don't want to make this about me. This is really more about us, all of us, coming together, sharing our stories. I actually have an idea to maybe share like a little story about myself on Instagram, maybe starting in June or July or something like that for like 30 days. A little story a day. But I would love to hear from you. And please stay with me for a little bit. This is just the beginning. I have some amazing guests so far lined up, and I'm so excited for you guys to hear their stories and to really connect with them and see how that can help you in your life to really feel more fulfilled, to feel more loved, and most importantly, self-love, right? Because there is no happiness from the outside. The happiness comes from purpose. Happiness comes from having meaning. And self-love really starts with respecting ourselves, for accepting ourselves, for really realizing that, yes, we are unique, and yes, we are not like everybody else, and that is completely, totally okay. So I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in. I've recorded a few of these, and I just realized I just have to roll it and stop being perfect, because perfectionism doesn't really exist, and perfectionism is just like analysis paralysis. It doesn't really get us anywhere, right? So like Kathy Hell always says, get messy and do it, and mess up, makeup. Makeup. Mess up, then make up later on. So just whatever you want to do, just dive in, man, and just like realize that you're not alone in this world. And if you're feeling lonely or desperate, I almost said desperate, depressed, and desperate, yeah, maybe that is desperate, makes sense, right? Because I know desperation so well, and it's never served me, but I know it very well, and that alone causes us a lot of anxiety, right? So feel free to reach out. I am here for you. I will listen to you, and I want to hear from you. So never ever think that your story doesn't matter, that you don't matter. I can't wait to share the next episode next Wednesday with an amazing person, but I have to keep you a little bit guessing for now. And I hope you tune in next week. I love you guys so much, and I'm really looking forward to this. Again, I have no idea where this is going to take us, but I'm kind of excited. It's like, get on a bus, let's go. We're going to Mexico. I don't know. But we're taking a trip, and we're doing this together. And every time the bus stops, I'm the bus, and I'm letting more people in. I'm the bus driver right now, and I'm letting everyone in who wants to come in for a ride and have fun, get to know new people, and get to share their stories. That's it. I'll talk to you next week.
Yourself fall deep, I'll catch you every time. Don't worry, everything